First of all, I wanted to just thank you for all coming today. It's really a pleasure to have so many people show up. And we hope also that you can be representatives that can take the information back to the rest of your departments. You know, North Castle has a history of being a very green town and sustainable, and we'd like to continue with that thought process and expand that program. And that's we're very fortunate to have received a small sustainable grant, courtesy of the Sustainable Committee, Brian and cohorts, and that's what has funded this program. And it's a pleasure to have them here, and Denny Glazer, which is going to bring you through the presentation. And again, thank you for being here, and we hope that you'll all be active and interested in signing up in the green team, which you'll learn more about shortly. And with that, I think I'll turn it over to Brian.
Thank you very much, Supervisor. I'm Brian Kaminer again, and I'm one of the two co-chairs for Sustainable North Castle. Eileen Joy is right here. She's the other co-chair. We have other members, Jeff Britsky, Allison Miller in the back, Terry Kazak, Bob Green, John Mann, who was the previous chair, is not here today, but he remains a member with our group. And I just really want to thank everybody for participating, taking time out of your day to come and join us for this event. As Supervisor Howard mentioned, we got a grant from an organization called Clean Air, Cool Planet, and the whole purpose or basis of our submission for the grant was to form a green team here, bring in somebody like Danny Glazer to help facilitate the formation of the group and then to do some additional trainings. I just want to mention that I've been personally learning about a lot of things for myself and taking initiatives at my house. It has been really very transformative for me. We've done several things that, including doing energy conservation work, air sealing, insulation work at our house, and it has yielded us cutting our utility bills, the oil and the electric, in half. And we save thousands of dollars every year. So from just a single dollar's point of view, I see great value in doing the work. And I think there's going to be lots of opportunities in different departments, small, medium, larger size things, and we could all do, and it'll help, I think, make things better, cost-effective, less impact on the environment, and hopefully some good social benefits as well. I mentioned that Danny's company's Green Team Spirit, she does consulting work with organizations, and she's also done similar work with some other Westchester municipalities. Her other roles include coordinating the Westchester Green Business Challenge, which is a joint effort between the county government and the Westchester Business Council. And on a lighter note, she is also the coordinator for Green Drinks, Westchester Green Drinks, which holds social events once a month for people to get together that are working on similar topics.
And it's cocktails. Not green drinks per se.
I hope you, after today's presentation, you'll consider participating going forward. I think you'll benefit both professionally and personally. And I did want to ask Deborah April wanted to come up and say a couple words from the recycling committee.
Give us a warning of that.
Yes, I did. I thought we were just going to be introduced.
Oh, okay, so I'll just introduce. I think most of you know about the recycling committee. They've really made some tremendous impact here in our community with Zero Waste Day and other initiatives. And just in case, I wanted to point them out in case you haven't had a chance to put the face to the name, but Deborah and April are over there.
And also Linda Trummer.
Linda Trummer from the committee as well.
Other member of our committee that is able to be here today. Everybody else.
Yeah, understand. So without further ado, I want to hand it over to Danny and thank her very much for participating.
Thank you, Brian, Eileen, and Supervisor Arden, and the town board, and everybody for being here. This is just fantastic. This is a really great showing, and you know, it's just wonderful when you get a lot of people to show up at an event like this. Oh, thank you, thank you. So my first, this is the it's really congratulations, North Castle. What you guys, I have worked, this is the 4th municipality that I'm working with. Everyone is totally different from each other and where they are. I live in the town of Cortland. I've been working with the town of Cortland since 2009. We have a fantastic green team, a really strong municipal government program. The area that we've been really trying to develop is the community effort. And you guys have so much going on already. First of all, just from the surveys that I did, I know that there's a lot of, greening and environmental caring going on within the town government. You might not be talking to each other right now and sharing things with each other, but we'll work that out. But you have a really strong community. I am blown away by the website that you have, and so many of the difficult pieces of the puzzle are actually have been accomplished in this town, and it's just a matter of pulling this piece of it together, which I'm very confident that you guys are going to be able to do. I'll tell you about the Green Team Spirit program, and Brian mentioned the Clean Air Cool Planet grant. Share with you what other municipalities are doing, go over some of the survey results, and then most importantly, I want to learn from you. Next. So I always like to start with this sentence, which is from The Natural Step. Municipalities are in the unique position to guide their communities on a path to sustainability, where planning leads to environmental policies and legislation that protect the health and prosperity of the community and natural environment for future generations. Next. So I'm really good at grabbing screenshots and stealing photos, as you can see, and I took this from your town website, and I envision at some point for the box to be up there that says municipal government. So I don't know if everybody has seen this website, but basically this is the business one. I was actually very happy to see the Westchester Green Business Challenge on here on the bottom, which is the program that I organize for the county and the Business Council. But it's very nice how there are just the things that are being done are on the same exact diagram across all the different areas. And I definitely see, as the municipal piece goes, to put municipal on there and green team and some of the other efforts that you might be involved with. And then this is a beautiful thing because it ties together an entire community, and I think it's actually very, very unique from what I've seen around Westchester County, and I think that other municipalities could really learn from what you guys have pulled together here. Next slide. So I started Green Team Spirit in 2009. I volunteered for many, many years in the town of Cortland. I volunteered for Westchester County. I was involved in the Global Warming Task Force. And one day I said enough volunteering, and I'm going to see if I can become a consultant. So I was first hired by the town of Cortland by Linda Puglisi, and I'm still working with them. So we have a green team program there, and we are one of the original members, and I know that this town is also a member of NWEAC, which is the Northern Westchester Energy Action Consortium, and I work with them on that. And we just also did a greenhouse gas inventory and climate action plan through grant money that we got through NYSERDA and the NWEAC program, so I was in charge of that piece of it between the engineering consultants and the town. I've worked and done Clean Air Cool Planet grants with the villages of Dobbs Ferry and Hastings-on-Hudson. Very delighted to add North Castle to the list of that. I've also started to work with corporations. I've done a program with Pernod Ricard USA, and they're the Absolute Vodka people, in case you don't know who they are. They also do rum champagne and great wine, and they are using my tools actually nationwide right now, which is really very exciting. They're my guinea pigs, so that was fun. The Westchester Green Business Challenge is a program for businesses, for all 35,000 Westchester County businesses to go green. It's a scorecard-based program. It's westchestergreenbusinesschallenge.org. And the relevancy here is that even the Chamber of Commerce here, we could really, Jeff, we've talked about that, because we have a disparate thing going on with a lot of different businesses, but we don't have any chambers or any communities really banding together to take the challenge. And that's an opportunity that maybe you guys could lead, which would be great. And Green Drinks is, I can put you on the list if you're interested in coming out once a month and having a drink and just talking about sustainability, or not. It's been a great networking event. So, this is what Green Team Spirit is based on, and this is the reason that everybody in this room is here today, because without leadership commitment, it just doesn't work. So to me, all these things have to happen, and I look at everybody as being on the green team. If you have time to really roll up your sleeves and go to meetings and, work on certain initiatives or be on certain committees, fine. If you don't have time, that's fine. I'm just basically, the request is that everybody just sort of honors what the green team is doing and honors the initiatives, and if you have a chance to participate, if your schedule lightens up and you can participate on the green team, great, and if you get too busy and you can't, that's fine. It's going to be an open door, very transparent, not cliquey or clubby, and everyone's invited, and the only thing that you try to aspire to is that all of the departments are represented. It works really well if that is what's going on. And I was telling, I think Patty before that, Supervisor Linda Puglisi, her favorite thing of this whole Green Team program at Cortland was, for all the years before, everybody would work in their silos, and, controller's office and engineering and planning and rec didn't really have a reason to work together, and this was something that they actually, really came together on, and it's, over the years now, it's been a really great thing to have people work together. So that's my kumbaya speech. So the Green Team Spirit Framework has 7 steps: vision, assess, plan, act, evaluate, celebrate, and improve, which we can go next. So I have written 7 modules based on communications, energy, green building, waste, transportation, water, and green purchasing. And basically, they are step-by-step guides. They're each about 10 pages long, PDF, of course. And they help a green team go through a whole process. And, the assessment, what information to gather, the whole planning process, the whole evaluation process, and gives a bunch of ideas and links and resources. So as part of this, I'm offering my modules and tools as part of this program for the Green Team if they would like to use them. So this is every module. This is basically what page 2 of every module looks like. This happens to be the energy module, but it goes from vision to improve, and for each area there's a different vision for energy, for transportation, for building, for purchasing, communications. So I think that these guides will end up being very helpful to, when we do start meeting, we can pull out the guides, and you guys are, welcome to look through them, and we can pick and choose things that might work for you. Next. And the tools are spreadsheet tools, and they actually really do allow you, and this is not an example of that piece, but if you go through the tools there's 5 tools, and if you input data for, consumption, energy, water, waste, etc., your consumption and your costs, and, in certain cases, your number of employees, or square footage, and it will calculate your carbon footprint. So for the period that you design. So we don't have to get that technical, but I just want you to know that we do have that, it is available, and I do believe in measuring some way, shape, or form before we get started. Like, let's say you decide that you want to address paper, let's count how many reams of paper are being purchased right now, and let's see if we can come into some practices that can reduce the amount of paper that's being purchased. So there will be, and we're not going to get into it now, but we will be doing some kind of an assessment that does make sense for you, because I'm very, very cognizant of the fact that saving money is very, very important, and I truly believe that you can save money and help the environment at the same time. All right, so just before you go, so this Green Team action sheet is in every tool. So it's basically, we would come up with some kind of a goal or a reduction for whatever it is. So let's say we have an energy goal reduction of 10%. And then also we'll have specific actions, a description, and who's accountable. And so it's not, so people will definitely be accountable or can volunteer to accomplish certain tasks. Even if it's, going around and switching, the computer settings on everybody's computer to go into sleep, or, reminders to go off, or that kind of thing. So, but there is a level of accountability that's very important. Next. So the results of what we're going to do through this whole project will end up on Clean Air Cool Planet's blog. So the pictures and all that. So that's what this was the article that I ended up writing for Clean Air Cool Planet, and I will do the same thing in the end after this project, and it'll describe the journey that has been taken over the course of the weeks that we're together. Next. So very quickly, Cortland Green Team started in 2009. We did a very intensive department interview process where I actually sat down probably for an hour with each department and talked about and just came up with ideas about how departments could do things differently to be more sustainable. And it was really a fascinating process. At that time, the controller's office had duplicate, triplicate, quadruplicate, forms, and it was just so listening to every department and then coming together, did a report in the end with sort of everybody in the room, and the sharing that went on, because some really had it nailed down, had to get rid of all that paper, and other departments learned from each other. So it was a time-consuming process, but it was really, really worth it to get into detail, to learn and get people to start thinking about their jobs in a different way. So they done a big communications push. They actually, and this is something, are there any artists in the room? Because one of the things that we did right away was create a logo, and I should have put it up here, but they branded the Town of Cortland Green Team. So we actually had a logo contest. There was a winner, and that little logo is over every light switch in all of our communications. It's in all of our electronic communications. When we go to fairs at this point, it's plastered everywhere, and it's very recognizable. And it's, you could do the same thing. Town of North Castle Green Team, sponsored by, brought to you by, or just shut off the darn light, So. They have gotten into policies. There's a purchasing director in Cortland who wrote a green purchasing policy that was passed by the town board. For example, Energy Star, all equipment that's purchased is Energy Star. The way things are, there's a whole plan about how equipment is phased out, a plan to switch to 100% recycled content paper based on the savings that they received from using so much less paper, and so on and so forth. And they completely got rid of paper plates, cups, utensils, and anything, and everybody basically has to bring their own. And the utility conversion closet was sort of funny. It was this utility closet, which was really disgusting, that they actually went and gutted it and used all recycled stuff, because there's a sink in there, because everybody complained that they didn't want to wash out their mugs in the bathroom. So it's now this little funny closet that you can go in and wash out your mug in a clean place. So events and so on, and I spoke about that. You can go on. So basically, you get the feeling of Cortland. And Dove's they focused on energy efficiency. They had a lot of this going already when I came in. There were Nina Orville. I don't know if you know her, but she was very involved with securing some grant money, and so they worked on the library, on the village hall, on HVAC upgrades and lighting upgrades, and looking for grants and ways to get that kind of work done. They got very involved with paper. They did an audit. They created a policy. They started doing electronic board packets rather than encouraging the board to bring their laptop, or not disseminating. They have a police person drive around town and delivering board packets, and they eliminated that. no waste and recycling. They did a manual waste audit, which was pretty funny. I gave them a little handheld luggage scale, and they extrapolated what that meant. And they also met with the janitorial service, because I heard that from one of the surveys, people are concerned that you're putting things in the recycling, but you're not really sure that it's getting to where it needs to be. So sometimes meeting with the janitorial service, I don't know if you have an outside service, or if it's done internally, but making sure that the recycling is going where it's supposed to be, and maybe that's something that the recycling committee could help, the municipality with. And also the cleaning products, are they using green cleaning products? And if not, that could be a focus of coming up with some alternative cleaning products. So, day 2, paper is an easy one. Paper is a money saver, and I was talking to Patty, and she seems like she's gotten rid of all the paper in her office, right? And she's going to be on the green team, and anybody who has not gotten rid of the paper in their office, we're going to put Patty in charge of that. I'll help you get Okay, and the one thing about Hastings, which was really interesting, is that I think he's the gentleman in the building department, they worked very hard on coming out with a green building code, which will be released very soon, and the town of Portland too on the green building codes. And that's an area where policy, municipal government policy, can really make a difference by impacting and creating a greener building code across the town. Next. So, just a quick on the survey results. What you said, communications, that 89% are through emails, 78% posters. Does everybody have access to email in the town government or not? Everybody does? Okay. That's good. Everybody said it would instill a sense of pride, which I thought was fantastic. 75% of the people, 74%, want to be involved in the green team, either actively or if they have time. And the others were just, I need to know a little bit more what it's about, which is understandable. And the areas of focus that were highlighted were decreasing energy use, paper use, and increasing employee awareness. Next. The other suggestions that were made, education and awareness, interacting with the recycling committee regarding the shredding and the e-waste and things that you're offering. I like the recycling, place the bins in each office unit, and this one even further to blue for this, gray for that, green for that, and in every department. But I thought it was a great suggestion. Meeting with the janitorial staff to confirm the proper disposal, increasing the paper reduction and recycling efforts, creating a green purchasing policy, and working on energy efficiency from computers to lighting to electronics controls. Next. So, this is your turn. And if you have any questions now, that's fine. And basically what I want to do, and I'm going to ask, I didn't introduce Tyler Gilman, I'm sorry. Tyler is a senior at Croton High School, and he is doing what's called the CHOOSE program. So I am his fourth quarter project. And he's here to have this whole experience with us. And he's going to actually be with me through June, and hopefully he can help us through the whole green team effort. So the next step here is going to be, I'm going to ask everybody here how you think. And I actually am going to start with Patty because you're going to break the ice because of all the things that you've done. But how do you think that you could do your job, more sustainably if possible? A little bit less waste, less energy, whatever. And if you have comments or if you have challenges, that's fine too. And we're going to write them all down. I'm going to take a picture of that. And then use it as a starting point for moving forward. So anything goes. This is a point to just be open and honest about it, and I'm sure that we could get past any issues together. But do you have any questions in the meantime? Yeah.
On computers, personally, I don't shut my computer down. I'm not working in one of the town's office, but I think every desk has got a computer or two on it. What's the